Good afternoon from State Adventures. This is Carolina Gilcapi. I'm here to tell you a little bit about an itinerary that we have built for you to see the best of Ecuador. In this itinerary, we've not only included a week-long cruise to the Galapagos Islands, but you will also go to the Amazon jungle and stay at a world-renowned lodge. You will go to Otavalo in the mountains where the largest indigenous market is. And you will also go to Quito and Cotopaxi and see a little bit of life in the Andes. This is a completely private trip for two people. So of course, that means we can change the dates. We can tweak things around. We can make any changes that you would like so we can fit your schedule, your budget, your interests. I'm more than happy to help you revise the itinerary to make sure it works, because we have been doing this for 18 years. And just this year, we have been voted by the Travel and Leisure magazine as South America's experts. So you are in good hands. So let me share my screen. And this kind of helps us do it together so we can go through the itinerary and understand how everything works. So this particular itinerary starts on December 2nd. Like I mentioned, if that week doesn't work for you, let me know and we will find availability during your dates. You will arrive into Quito. It's a major international airport. And once you arrive, our mainland team will pick you up. So private guide, private car, sign with your names on it, escort you to the car, comfortable car right to downtown Quito, where you will check in for the next 3 nights. I chose Plaza Grande Hotel. I use this hotel quite a lot. I visit it quite a lot. It's a wonderful property right smack in the middle of the square. It's a historic building. So you kind of wake up and you know you're in Ecuador. The church bells are ringing nearby. There's hustle and bustle in the streets. It's great for photography. They have a nice restaurant if you want to grab a late night dinner. Most flights arrive in the evening. So it's a great choice. I have luxury hotels if you want to discuss them, if you want to upgrade your stay. I have more modern properties if you don't like that historic vibe. So just let me know and we will tweak it accordingly. The next day, you wake up, you have breakfast, and the same team that would have picked you up from the airport will come back to show you the best of Quito. Now, these are people who are from Ecuador, who know Quito, who know the ins and outs, who will run into friends while they're showing you around, so you can peek into doorways at bakeries, taste local goodies along the way. You'll do some chocolate tasting. You'll have a coffee or ice cream. You'll go to the major sites like the cathedral and the Panacea Overlook, which is where the Virgin Mary is. You will go to the equator line, do some experiments on the line, which is very interesting. And of course, we will have a beautiful lunch. We can either eat at a lunch overlooking the city of Quito, or we can have lunch at a active crater restaurant, which kind of overlooks the crater, and there's smoke coming out of it. And it's a really great experience to be there, because again, you're in the Andes, you're definitely in Ecuador, surrounded by volcanoes. It's a great place to explore. And then the next day, speaking of volcanoes, same team will pick you up after breakfast. And if you look under the days, the BLD, that stands for the meals that are already included in your trip. So breakfast is B, L is lunch, and I've included some dinners, but not all, because if you're in a city like Quito, you will have many options to eat dinner. So we don't want to prearrange everything so it's not too cookie cutter, but our guides will have plenty of opportunities for you to choose from, suggestions. And Ecuador has Nuema, which is the #1 restaurant in Ecuador, and it is on the top 50 restaurants in the world. So if you want me to get you a table there, I just ate there last year. Fantastic experience. It's like 3 hours long, 16 courses. So if you are into beautiful restaurants, let me know and I will get that onto your itinerary. So December 4th, we will go down the Avenue of the Volcanoes. Again, this is just you with your guide, with your driver, with your own car, so we can visit Cotopaxi National Park. So now we're outside of the city. This is a place with obviously the volcanoes, but also local ranches that are active. So you can visit this ranch, you can have a traditional lunch, you can go to local indigenous villages and communities. This is a really wonderful, calm, beautiful part of Ecuador. It's beautiful scenery. You will see llamas and alpacas alpacas in the mountains. You can go hiking, you can go horseback riding. Really great day before we come back to Quito for the night. And now on December 5th, we're going to fly to the Amazon. So it's a 30-minute flight to the airport of Coca. And trust me, you want to take the flight. You don't want to take the bus. I've done that one time. It took 12 hours. So you definitely want to take advantage of the flight. Once you are in Coca, and of course, we're going to take you to the airport. Everything is included, your flights, your seats, all of that. Then the lodge will pick you up. And I've chosen the Napa Wildlife Center for you. It's one of the best lodges in the Amazon. It's written about in various articles and magazines and wins all sorts of awards for what they do here, between being sustainable to the service that they provide, to the excursions, to the wildlife that you can see, because it's such a protected area. I love personally the Amazon jungle. I travel to the jungle somewhere in the world at least once a year, and I've been to the Amazon all throughout Ecuador, Peru, Brazil. Ecuador is my favorite. I've always felt that the experience is the most genuine and authentic. You get to meet local people. You really get to see wildlife without the lodges putting out food to attract the wildlife to come. So there's many differences in all the different lodges, and Ecuador does it right. So Napa Wildlife Center, you're going to be here for 3 nights. They have everything you need. I mean, even internet. So you'll be there for 3 nights. All the excursions, all the meals, all the activities will be arranged between you and the Napa Wildlife Center. They're all included. You will just kind of figure out what your interests are. Do you want to go hiking? Do you want to go fishing? Do you want to go swimming? Do you want to visit indigenous communities and meet local kids? Do you want to, spend a full day in the jungle, kind of doing a tougher hike? So they have all sorts of options. You kind of plan it out with your guide that will be assigned to you and take it from there. But it's a great experience, lots of different opportunities to see bird life, wildlife, photography, meet local communities as well. So great time for 3 nights. And then on December 8th, we're going to fly back, that 35-minute flight back to the Quito airport. Now, the Quito airport is 45 minutes outside of the city anyway. So instead of heading back to town, I'm going to start having you drive up north. Not you drive, but your driver, and visit Otavalo. This is a completely different area of Ecuador. This is where a lot of indigenous communities live. And Otavalo is home to the largest indigenous market in South America. It is absolutely amazing, colorful, so organized, but also a place for local communities to come and barter with each other. So besides being a photography day, it is also a fantastic day for cultural experiences, a wonderful time. So the way it will look is we fly you back to Quito, we drive about an hour to an hour and a half to Otavalo, and you stay in Hacienda. Hacienda is like a local ranch. Usually these ranches are now run like a bed and breakfast, like an Airbnb, but you will see llamas and alpacas in the main courtyard. The indigenous ladies from Otavalo will be the ones working in the lodge. It's a beautiful experience. They include dinners, so you will have a traditional dinner. As you see, it's kind of like staying at grandma's house, but so well done. Pinza Key is a well-known hacienda. And once you wake up in the morning the next day, our guide will show you the best of Otavalo. So it's a land of mountains and lakes, and also obviously the market. So we're going to try to see as much as we can between the local communities to the market. If you love shopping, we'll spend extra time at the market. I go for photography. I go to listen to the ladies, barter with each other. If you love markets and that kind of atmosphere, we can wake up really early in the morning and also go to the animal market, where ladies are selling guinea pigs and real pigs and dogs and all kinds of things amongst each other to the local communities. A really exciting part of the market as well, but it happens early in the morning. So you'll have traditional lunch in Otavalo. There's a proper, village there. And then we will spend another night in the hacienda, so you can rest, you can, repack and plan, because now we're heading to the Galapagos on day 9, which will be December 10th. So this day actually cannot be moved for this particular boat. The boats have different itineraries, different dates, different schedules. So if these December dates don't work for you, we will just find another route or another boat to fit in. But I personally Love this boat. This boat is the Infinity. You will be on it for 7 nights, and let me show you how it works. So December 10th, early in the morning, because most flights are around, let's just say 9 a.m. If it's a 9 a.m. flight, you have to be there at 7. So we're leaving the hacienda quite early, probably 5 or 5:30 or so. Once you get to the airport, there's going to be a Galapagos assistant at the airport to help you walk through all the steps. So ID cards, entry tickets, to get the customs where they will check your bags and your shoes. All of that gets really complicated at the airport. So we like to have an assistant and they will fly you through that. And then you take the flight to the Galapagos. It's a 2.5 hour flight. Once you're there, the next 7 days, you are with my crew on the Infinity. Every room has a balcony, so you will have a beautiful stateroom with a balcony. You will have, it's a 20-person cruise, which is very important, this number 20, because in the Galapagos, one guide cannot take more than 16 people to any sites. So what the Infinity does, they have 2 guides, which means there are maximum 10 people on a tour, which is one of the smallest groups in the Galapagos. So it's very exciting to do the excursions and the sites and the activities with such a small group. So what does a trip to the Galapagos look like? You can go through this yourself, what the decks look like, everything that the boat includes. This particular boat was built specifically for the Galapagos, so it moves fast. So you're spending less time traveling, more time on each site. So the tours are a little longer, and sometimes you will spend you will have 3 visits a day instead of 2. This is a big deal because the older boats are lovely, and I enjoy them, and I work with them quite often, but they are slower, so they are seeing less. So it does take, you have to take into consideration the age of the boat as well. You will do dry landings and wet landings. You will visit white sand beaches, red sand beaches, black sand beaches, volcanic beaches. There will be penguin colonies, marine iguanas, land iguanas, marine turtles, land tortoises, the giant tortoises. Well, you will go to plantations where they roam free. Of course, lots of bird life and the famous blue-footed boobies. You will go snorkeling. You will be in Pengas every day. You will go swimming. You can go kayaking or stand-up paddleboarding. Every day you're going to get off the boat at least 2 times if you want. If you don't want to do the excursion, you just stay on board. But they keep you really busy, as busy as you want to be, and all the meals are done on the boat itself. I have been to Ecuador 7 times. I've been to the Galapagos many times. I've done large boats, small boats. I have done island hopping. I've even glamped in the Galapagos. So I can tell you all about the different experiences. But this is one of my favorite boats. They do such a great job with the excursions. So that is what the trip would look like. Day 16, which would be December 17th, we're going to fly you back to the mainland, and then you can take an afternoon flight home, or an evening flight home. And we can discuss that. If your flight is a morning flight, then we'll do an airport hotel or something like that. Everything is open to customization. That's what I'm trying to make sure you understand. This is just a sample. We can make any changes you want. So this particular trip, because they have 2 cabins left in December, they have a discount. So it's 13,499 per person. Usually it'd be about 15,000, which is still a fantastic deal for everything that you're getting on the mainland of Ecuador, outside of the Galapagos, and have such an extensive part in the island. So I look forward to your feedback. Let me know what you like, what you would like to change. If there's something that you heard in Ecuador that you want to add to it. I mean, I can tell you all about adding cuenca and baños and going down the coast. And there's lots and lots of jewels in the country of Ecuador. So we can definitely customize your trip accordingly. So I look forward to hearing from you. Happy travels.